This week, the hidden repercussions of surging new home inventory. We're going to dive into the numbers and how this may impact future reverse mortgage applicants. We'll do that right after this short message from our sponsor.
Liberty Reverse wants to help you grow your reverse mortgage business with our proprietary Equity IQ product suite. Equity IQ gives your borrowers access to more funds, lowers their upfront costs, and expands eligibility for home purchases. Learn more at partners.libertyreversemortgage.com today. This ad is intended for mortgage professionals only and is not a consumer solicitation. PHH Mortgage, doing business as Liberty Reverse Mortgage, is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 2726.
Welcome to the Industry Leader Update. According to HUD and the U.S. Census Bureau, at the end of June 2025, there were approximately 511,000 new homes up for sale. That's up slightly from May and up from 8.5% from June of last year. But here's the twist. At today's slower sales rate, that inventory now represents a 9.8-month supply. And that's a 16% jump from a year ago. And this tells us that approximately 52,000 new single-family homes are being sold each month. Now keep in mind that a 6-month supply of homes is considered a balanced market. The number of months that it would take to sell all available new homes or inventory is known as the absorption rate. So what's going on? The sluggish pace of both new and existing home sales is pushing inventory to record levels in several metros across the nation. The number of months of supply is an important metric that influences home prices. The month supply isn't just about how many homes are up for sale, it also depends on how quickly those homes are being sold. Think of it this way. If you have 500,000 new homes on the market, but buyers are snapping them up quickly, your month supply number is going to go down. But when sales slow to a crawl, the number of months supply will increase, even if the number of listings does remain relatively stable. So a slower moving housing market that we're seeing today can signal softening demand and also pricing plateaus or even price declines in some regions. With over a 9-month supply of new homes on the market today, home builders are slashing their prices and offering incentives, such as mortgage interest buydowns for a short term or the entire loan, or even free upgrades. And as the average sales price of newly built homes continues to fall, increased downward pressure will be applied to existing home prices, or what we call the resale market. After all, who would want to pay more per square foot for an older home when they can get a lower price for a brand new house? Yet, many existing home sellers are insistent on setting unrealistic sales prices. A recent survey reveals that would-be home sellers are overly confident about their asking price, but they are disconnected from the reality of today's real estate market. Realtor.com survey in March found that 81% of potential home sellers expected to get their asking price or more. However, these homeowners' confidence stands opposed to economic reality. They don't understand that pricing their home at 2022 levels with 2025 interest rates, it's a surefire recipe to have the home stay on the market for several weeks or months or even longer than it would have been if they had priced it properly in the first place. And that typically leads to multiple price cuts, what I call the kiss of death for a home listing, or delisting and relisting the home in the effort to obscure previous price cuts. Now, here's just one example I found in my hometown of Redding, California. And this listing, it caught my eye many years ago because the primary photo is a hot tub. Interesting. So let's see, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home with 1,800 plus square feet, and it shows it's been listed for 85 days. But has it? A closer look at the sales history shows that the homeowners have cut the price multiple times from the $500,000 price tag posted in June of 2023. Perhaps a sign of a distressed sale? What this reveals is that the home is overpriced, and that may leave many wondering, what other problems does this house have? It was built in 1965. And that's just one example of many that I see here in Northern California. Now, you can likely find the same in your market. Now, those who set an unrealistic sales price expose themselves to a much lower final price in a softening market. And here's Realtor.com's map of the percentage of listings with price reductions by state. Now, regular viewers, they won't be surprised to see that Florida, Arizona, and Texas have the highest concentration of price reductions. In the final analysis, the recent surge in new home inventory and local price cuts are likely to erode an older homeowner's equity position depending on their location. And while many still do have substantial equity, a cooling market may nudge them to act a little sooner, locking in today's appraised values before the housing dynamics shift further. Others, inevitably, as we know, will wait too long to consider a reverse mortgage or other equity loans, and they will watch their net available loan proceeds being reduced, or for some, to the point where they are short to close, requiring them to bring in cash at closing. For you, the reverse mortgage professional, this is both a caution and an opportunity. We're now entering a window where equity is high, but buyer demand is low. And that means there's going to be more months of supply, slower home sales, and potentially a greater sense of urgency for older homeowners that are considering a home equity conversion mortgage or a private reverse. So what can we do? Now, we certainly don't want to fearmonger, but instead we can educate clients on how slower home sales impact values over time and remind them equity is just a number until you either sell the home or tap into the equity with a loan. An important lesson that bears repeating in today's shifting housing landscape. What are your thoughts? Please leave those in the comment section below. And if you would share this week's video on your LinkedIn network, thank you for each of you that do that. We do have a YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. That way you never miss any of our latest content. And if you're looking for the latest reverse mortgage news, you want to catch our podcast, HECM World Weekly. We have both an audio and a video edition. Listeners can listen and subscribe on Apple Music and Spotify. Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to return next week for more reverse mortgage news, commentary, and analysis you'll only find, yes, right here at HECM World. Have a great week.